So it's actually proving pretty tricky to film here. I've got a good feeling about this one. Pelvis mount. Good morning everyone, I am in a woodland on the southwest of Bristol called Bourton Combe, and it is a really amazing bit of woodland. If you go down to the gorge there, you get into a bit of a microclimate and it creates a very moist, almost rainforesty feel down there, and I love it. Now, what I was going to do today was I was basically going to start making a documentary about this place. However, unfortunately, when I got here, I was in what's called a flight restriction zone. I'm right next to the airport and I can't fly here. So that kind of threw my plan a little bit. I really want to have those impactful shots, those impactful drone shots in the project that I'm going to do. So I'm going to change my plan and do a 10 metre walk. I think that will give you a nice impression of the woodland here, because it really is very special. The whole place is ancient woodland, and it's a good example of what's nearly UK rainforest. There's a lot of very healthy looking forest in the sense that there's a lot of decomposition and fungi and ferns and mosses and things like that, so that side of things is going to be really nice to look at. Note the extremely large amount of rhododendron here, just to note that this is highly invasive, so although they do look very nice when they flower in these areas, they are such a pest, and you can see that they take up so much of the landscape here, and they shroud everything out, all of the understory and these wonderful ferns and mosses and things that supposed to grow here get absolutely, outcompeted and wiped out by these rhododendrons. So that's just something I thought I'd mention. We don't like rhododendrons on this channel. So as I might have mentioned earlier, this whole area is ancient woodland, and there's various ways that you can tell if something's ancient woodland or not, but generally when you get stuff that's so covered in moss like this, and you get these ferns called epiphytes growing off it, that is a good sign that you're in ancient woodland. Furthermore, it also suggests that you're in a kind of rainforest, and the UK actually does have a kind of rainforest, and that's temperate rainforest, which is very cool. Now, because we're not on the west coast, which is where that's found, this is probably not pure temperate rainforest, but because we're in a gully, you get this like moist microclimate, this very wet microclimate going on, and the moisture allows so much of these mosses and these ferns to grow, but they tend to only happen in these gullies when you're this far inland. So hopefully in the future I can go and find some proper ones on the coast. But yeah, it's amazing. Like the tree behind me here is absolutely hanging with moss, and you get, when you're really lucky, you get these epiphytes coming up, these little ferns. Gives it a really jungly feel. Anyway, it's been quite tricky to film in here because unfortunately today the light has not been on my side. It's just been pretty overcast all day. So I've been here when the light's nice, you see, and it's so good. So it's just a bit of a shame that we've had dreary light. This is where I'm going to do the 10 metre walk. So we've got a log or two that have fallen down, and I'm just going to show you where my 10 metres is. It's going to be from past the tripod down there. See that second log, this one across, and it's going to go all the way up this path to like basically near the end of that log, but not that far. So it's just this line down here. And what have we got? We've got lots of mosses. We've got lots of brambles. Might be a bit tricky moving around. We've got epiphytes. 1 hour on the clock. 1 hour, 10 meters, 1 camera, short film. I've got a good feeling about this one. So, stopwatch there. And it begins. Let's get cracking. I think that's probably it then. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. 1 hour 33. Oh yeah. I'm exhausted. Hey. Would you believe it? We are back to the old hip mount. I brought it back because, yep, it is painful. But I've been carrying around 2 GH5s with me. One of them on one of the gorilla pods and one of them on the tripod, and it's actually just a faff. I can't do anything with my other hand. I can't pick stuff up. And actually having 2 cameras, although I thought it would make like vlogging easier, it's actually more difficult. Anyway, that's uninteresting. How did it go? Okay, quite well. I had a little break in the middle, had a little rest in the ferns, so I was getting quite tired. But it really was a very cool environment. I have to say I was expecting to find a bit more on the log than what I did. Normally when you look at those logs, they are, you know, there's overgrown mossy logs, they are alive with life. And there was a lot of life on them, but not as many animals. I thought there'd be more like wood lice and centipedes and that kind of thing on them, but I found a few. I found a really weird looking fly and some other things, so I'm gonna head back home. I am exhausted. Next time, I don't know what I'll be doing. As I say, I got this project, got this idea. I want to be spending more time in woodlands like this one. I want to be talking about them. I think they're pretty exciting. But I need to go to a place where I can fly the drone to do what I want to do. So now I will know for next time to always check if I'm going to be within the airport region, because then I can't fly the drone. I'll talk to you all soon. Goodbye.
Deep within one of the UK's remaining ancient woodlands, a unique type of jungle thrives. A wet forest thick with fallen logs, mosses and ferns. Temperate rainforest. In certain pockets of the UK, there is a relatively unknown habitat. Welcome to the temperate rainforests of Britain. This rare and mystical environment is brought about by just the right set of conditions. High moisture and rainfall are essential, meaning these habitats are typically found on the west coast. Ravines and gullies also provide a cool, consistent microclimate. Here, life flourishes. temperate rainforest is perfect for moisture-loving plants like moss, ferns, and lichen. Some species are only found in this habitat. Ferns sprouting from trees, called epiphytes, are an indicator that you might be in a temperate rainforest. Previously, they were much more widespread, but this environment has been largely destroyed by human activity. It is important now to protect this globally rare habitat type and its unique biodiversity before this too becomes a lost world.
Luke is here. He's ready to film. They're going to be doing some nice vox pops, but I was just showing you like the town around looks super nice.